We're going to be using clay to make a little sugar skull for our ofrenda. You're going to start off by wedging your clay. Wedging your clay is where you roll your clay onto itself to extinguish all the air bubbles out of it. We don't want air bubbles in our clay because we don't want it to explode in the kiln. The first step is to create a sphere with your hands. You need to roll the clay in your hands to create the sphere. Right here, I'm just pressing some of the higher points to make my sphere a little more round. Your next step is to open up your clay. You're going to do that by inserting your index finger, the one next to your thumb, into the clay. You want to make sure your finger is straight, but do not push your finger all the way through the top of the clay. This is what it should look like. The third step is that you're going to squeeze the lower part of the sphere because you're going to create the mouth part of your skull. It's going to be the part where the cheekbones are and also the part where you're going to add the teeth. Don't rush this part. You want to take your time and shape it correctly. You want to make sure you really define the cheekbones and you create enough space so that you can include your teeth. It's a good idea to smooth out the surface on your skull as you work. If it starts to look a little bit cracked, you can use a damp sponge to smooth it out, but do not oversaturate the clay. At this point, I'm just going to be sure that I have the shape of the face that I want before I start putting in any details and making sure it's smooth. I'm using my thumbs to lay out where my eyes are. I first just indented the clay slightly so that I could make sure that they were in the correct spot. Now I'm going to go in there and I'm going to push them deeper in, so that way we have more contrast with the space on the inside of the skull with the outside. Be careful at this point that you don't lose the shape of your head. To create my nose, I inserted a tool in an upside down heart shape. Now I'm going to use the edge of the tool to create the line that goes between the teeth. And then I'm going to use a very sharp pencil. It doesn't have to be a pencil that you use, but something that you can kind of write in with so that I can define the teeth. To add a few more visual elements, I'm going to create little spheres that I'm going to smash into petals and attach them to the perimeter of the eye. When you attach two pieces of clay together, it is best not to just smash it into the clay. You must score and slip. Scoring is roughing up the area so that it can hold another piece. You need to score both sides and then add some slip. Slip is dried clay mixed with water that turns into more of a sludge. I don't have any really thick slip with me right now, so I am using a vinegar mixture. So I have scored the inside of the eye and the petal and added some slip, and I am putting it onto the clay. You do want to use some pressure and kind of blend it in, but you don't have to blend it in to where you can't see the actual petal. Continue to work on your design, not forgetting to score and slip as you attach pieces. Think about adding texture and different elements to make it more interesting. Also be careful to maintain the shape of your skull as you work. Your turn, have fun!